Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be restoring this old computer that I've had sitting for years, and I decided why not do something to it because it's just been collecting dust in the storage room. Now, if you're not familiar with this computer came out around 2005-ish. The case is really nice on it, it's just the parts are super dated. And again, it's just been collecting dust, and I want to do something about it before it gets turned into a rust box. And as of the computer itself, I've known this computer all my life. I've had it since I was born. It's been around since before I was born. And yeah, I just want to make it look brand new again. So let's get started with the teardown. So yeah. So as I said before, this computer was super dated. This thing has a 120 gigabyte Western Digital hard drive. Again, not the best hard drive, but it'll do. I might replace it in the future, I don't know. But for now, it is a good hard drive. Now, as we move on to the graphics card, this is an ATI graphics card. It is super old, but it's still capable of, those old games from the 2000s. It's very thin, and it's crazy how much graphics cards have come over the years and how much they've developed. But with that out of the way, I went ahead and started to disassemble the case. I took apart all the connectors. I took out the RAM. If you're wondering what RAM this is Corsair Value Select RAM. Never heard of it. To be honest, I didn't even know that Corsair existed in the 2000s. But if I had to take a guess, I think I have 2 gigs of RAM in this computer. Next, I went ahead and unplugged all the wires that are plugged into the motherboard. Again, there's tons of connectors that are connected to this motherboard. It's crazy. So as I go ahead, I remove the other stick of RAM just to show you guys. It's identical RAM. Again, back then this was a pre-built computer, so you might expect some stuff to be as a pre-built would be, or what it would look like. And pre-builts are pretty much designed the same compared to back then. Anyways, with that out of the way, I went ahead and took out all the necessary cards, graphics cards, phone line cards, Ethernet cards, all those old cards, because these old computers had these such necessary cards in case you want to connect your phone line, your extra Ethernet cable. It was just ridiculous. Computers today don't have these anymore. It's just graphics cards restrictedly. I don't exactly know what that card is, but I know the next one I'm going to show off is the phone line, and that is if you want to connect your house line or your work line. But yeah, these are unnecessary, but I just threw them in the computer because why not? I'll keep them, but again, super unnecessary. But yeah. Alright, so once I got all the cards out of the computer, I went ahead and that's the old Thermaltake cooler, by the way. It's really crazy how much CPU coolers have come over the years. But then I went ahead and disconnected the power supply connector. That's a little hard to take out. You need a few tries just to yank it out. Again, these cables are not really fragile. You kind of just gotta rip them off. Again, be a little bit careful, but yeah. So now that I have unplugged all the cables and took out all the cards, I next went ahead and removed the motherboard from the case. I started unscrewing every single screw. I took this computer apart back in, I think it was January of 2021. But I didn't. I was planning on dumping this computer, but if I were to sell it, I wouldn't really get anything, and if I were to dump it, it would just be a big waste. And I've been thinking about it over the past few months, and I was like, you know what? I want to do something with it. It's a beautiful case. I love the case. But since I didn't really care for this computer, I just unscrewed everything and I just threw all the screws everywhere. So I kind of lost half the screws that pretty much hold this case together. For the motherboard screws, I just pretty much used spare screws that we had. Some of these are not even the original screws, but as long as the motherboard is in place, it is fine. I'm not expecting this computer to be perfect, brand new again. I just want it to look pleasing for anyone that comes over and sees, the computer. Now that I got all the screws out, I went ahead and unplugged the fan, a CPU cooler fan plug. There I am, just unplugging it. Once I finally unplugged the CPU cooler fan, I went ahead and removed the motherboard from the case. If you guys are wondering what kind of motherboard this is an MSI dash 7181 motherboard version 2.0. Not exactly familiar with this, but if you take a look, it is a very filthy board. It was super dusty. I had to go with the air can, just straight up spray the hell out of it. There's the battery that comes with every single motherboard. That was like dusty as hell. You could see in the little grooves, that's where it gets packed with dust because, you know, little small areas, right? So, that's the CPU cooler connector, I believe. But then next off, I went ahead and removed the power supply. Wasn't easy, wasn't hard, rather. I kind of just be gentle with it because, again, it's a power supply. But once that was out of the way, I just removed it from the case. Super duper easy. It comes with a bunch of connectors. If you look on the case, it actually shows designed for Pentium 3 processors. So that's a kind of a nostalgic thing. That shows you that this is a very nostalgic computer case. Moving on, I went ahead and showed off these drives. So this is the drive base.
Yeah, I took this fan out. This fan is filthy. I recently bought a can of air, so I will be taking advantage of that. Yeah, here's the case. Took out the CD drives right there. Yeah, man. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. I'll go ahead and dust this whole case down because it's filthy as hell. Alright, so it is the next day. I have dusted the hell out of this last night. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, this case was a pain in the ass to dust because it has too many compartments. It has the DVD drive compartment, which I cleaned. I'm gonna get my phone flashlight on. So here it is. Here it is. So if you look here, there is not a lot of dust anymore in here in this compartment. This is where you put your DVD drives and all those. Here's where you put your floppy disk readers. So there's that. And then this is where you put your hard drives. So again, not too bad. I got in the little corners, but the hardest part was this fan right here. This part right here was easy. I just have to go with a wipe and just wipe it down. Yeah, this is like the emergency power button, I guess. But yeah, super easy to clean. It gets hard around the little corners over there. That fan I'm probably gonna take out and clean because that's a really nasty looking fan. But I just gotta figure out a way to take out these drive bays because I looked at the case, the Thermaltake Tsunami Dream, and you can take all these drive bays out. I believe they're like all one piece, so yeah. That's the fan. Again, it's a bit better. I mean, it's still a bit dusty, like little corners. I wasn't able to get through like literally every single corner, but I mean, what do you expect? It's an old computer case. They build up dust over time. Now, opening this door, I cleaned a bit here. It's not really not really supposed to get dusty in the door area, but if you don't know too much about this case, there's quite a few chips there, but it's no big deal. If you're not familiar with the Thermaltake Tsunami Dream, there's two doors actually. There's obviously this door that you can open to access the power button and the reset button and your drive bays, but there's actually this. If you pull it, if you pull it hard enough, it'll reveal this, which this is a secondary door that you don't usually tend to open. This is mostly if you're trying to change like the filter, for example. By the way, that filter has never been changed. It may look clean, but it's dusty under it, but I can't really change that. This is the fan, obviously you saw earlier, the white one. This is obviously your switches, so this is your power button right here, and it's your reset. Again, power button, just press that. This button over here essentially just presses this, which then sends signals to the motherboard, which says, hey, turn the computer on. This is your activity light, so this is your hard drive light. I don't know if this is to be exact. But yeah. Man. If you don't know where the parts are, yeah, they're all scattered all over the place. There is, this case is not perfect. It's been quite used over the years. But But this was stopped. This computer stopped being used around maybe 2014. Yeah, my family didn't really use this anymore ever since maybe 2014. That was the last time this thing has been like used for like actual stuff, like work and all that. But now I have it. My plans for it, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm not gonna sell it because I'll get nothing for it. But however, I might put a new computer in this. I don't know yet, because based on these parts, this computer's probably gonna last another 5 more years. Because this is a 15-year-old computer. Usually computers tend to live around 20 to 25 years at the max. So we'll see. We will see. But I've known this computer since I was like born. So this computer's been around before I was born, actually. Like 2 years before I was born. It's crazy. But yeah, I've been with this computer my whole life. I know pretty much everything about it. Runs Windows XP. I just fell in love with the case. I don't know why. It's just a nice case. But anyways. Very good. We're gonna move on with the restoration. Also, if you're wondering what this white cable is, this is for your lights that light up, because this case does have lights, which I love. But yeah. There's a way you can take out the driveways, which maybe you probably will. And there's also a way you can take out these doors. Now, the doors come off the screws here, I believe. That screw there, or that's for the driveways. I don't know 100%. But I guess that this is for the door, because if those screws are for the driveway, there would have been the exact same screws, the exact same like area of the case like right here, so make it equal. But I don't know. I don't know exactly. I'm sorry. You can essentially put the literally a brand new computer inside this case. I mean, it's literally meant for like. I just love the case. Okay. Yeah. This is where your power supply goes on top. You don't see these cases anymore, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can take these driveways out because they need to be cleaned like ASAP. And then yeah, I'll come back with an update. Okay, guys. Quite a lot has changed since we last spoke. It's been probably about 7 hours since we last spoke. 7 hours later, we have the computer still. It's still taken apart. We have the drive bay, which I managed to take apart. Yes, you can take, in this specific case, you could take all these drive bays. You might remember that there was a fan here. Well, it's right here now. There's a purple piece that goes over there and over there. You just gotta attach it on. It's really simple. But what I essentially did was I took that off. I washed the purple part because it's plastic. And then I gave this like a nice wipe. So now it's pretty much clean. There's a bit of dust, like, you know, in there, but you can't really get that out. I went with a can of air, just kind of sprayed it. Not sprayed it, but like, I guess you could say I sprayed a can of air, just blew all the dust balls out. The case is okay. It's clean. I aired that out too. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get a wipe now, wipe this area down, like with a wipe because there's still a little bit of dust. I don't know if you can see that, but we should be good to go for the reassembly. That's the word. So yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, there are these fans here. This fan actually, you know, back then computers, like there would be a side panel there, right? And then next to that side panel, there would be like a like on the side panel they would put like a hole, and you'd put a fan inside that hole for the CPU. Yeah, I kind of lost the screws to mount this fan, so I'm just gonna use this fan to like cool down the hard drive. I'm gonna put it like right under it. Again, I can't really what's the word, man? I'm losing my words. You get the idea. This fan is the big boy fan. pretty much, I could take this whole purple piece off. I can wash it, which is a good thing. Which I probably will do. Okay, I'm stepping on screws as we speak. But yeah, here's what I'm talking about with the side panel. So it's like an ordinary side panel, right? But then there's that little hole they cut. That's for this orange fan right here. So you essentially just mount it. But yeah, here's the side panel for this case. Thermaltake, cool your life. Cool all your life. I'm gonna give this a nice, maybe I'll probably even wash the side panel because it needs to be washed badly. Again, this computer has never been cleaned out before, so yeah, it's pretty filthy, But if you take a look here, let me adjust my camera so you can see it better. There's actually, and yes, I'm working on the floor. I never knew these about Thermaltake fan. You can actually, this purple piece you see here, you can actually remove it. Yeah, it's just like a basic fan mount. I've never seen this before because this is obviously a older computer, right? So I never seen this before on older computers, but these are kind of just clips that just clip on basically, and essentially, okay, I don't want to screw that LED up. Okay, how do I get this out? Actually, I did this. Oh, okay. I don't want to rip that. Bro, come on out. There we go. Okay, so, bro, why is it coming out? Oh my god. Lift up. I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'm scraping on. But yeah, you can literally take this out. What am I scraping on? What is that? I hope it's not this case, this little thing here, because this is in charge of the lights and all that. Oh, okay. That comes out. And then this would come out. I'm literally like, okay, there we go. I got it off. Alright. We're safe now. So, essentially, this is the bracket to hold this actual fan. Without this is just the fan itself. It's just a basic Thermaltake fan. Good job. This is a Thermaltake TT1225. It says a model number, just like a model somewhere. I don't know where exactly it is, but this fan, it actually gets stuck. As you can see, look, see when I spin it, it like stops. That means one of these blades are like scraping on the plastic piece here. So we're gonna try and fix that. But I don't know where it's exactly scraping. If I had to take a guess, it would be probably at the bottom. Actually, right here. Yeah, right here, it's scraping. It's scraping right over here. Right there where my thumb is. So it's scraping there. I don't know how you fix that exactly. But yeah, that needs to be fixed. Because when I turn the computer on, the fan would just like, it would spin okay. It wouldn't spin as normal, right? You can tell that there's something wrong with it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. This thing will look brand new again. But yeah, I'm gonna wash this with like soap and water because this needs to be washed badly. I'm not gonna wash the case because there's actual cables for the front panel connectors. So I don't wanna mess those up. Mirrors that like dust in the actual blade. There's literal dust in the blade. Okay, that's kind of messed up, to be honest. I wonder if I can take this actual whole blade off. You probably can. There probably is a way. But that's literally like dust in the actual blade. Or, no, it's not. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, it's just build up over time. Old computers seem to have this. So it kind of wants to be addressed. But yeah, that's that. Okay, that's bad. That's like filthy dust. Oh my god. That needs to be washed immediately. As far as the drives, I wasn't able to open this drive. Meaning that I wasn't able to open it. I unscrewed it. I'll show you what happened. Oh, actually, I forget it. So these computer drives, I had a hard time opening them. Meaning, like whenever I take a drive apart, there's always an issue with the this top part here. It just never wants to come off. And if you don't know, if you're not familiar with the drives, it's basically, I'll get close to the camera. It's basically two pieces. So one at the bottom, one at the top, kind of like a console drive. But then there's this part, which is like the front. This plastic just comes off, but it's like it's glued on. I swear, it's like impossible to take out. I always have problems with it. These purple things, they came with the Tsunami Dream case. What these essentially are, they're basically that you put these in, like on the drive itself. There's holes here, and you essentially put them in the case, and this helps it hold the actual drive in without it falling. Most cases today have this thing where like you can just unscrew the drive, but it's kind of old-fashioned, you know. You don't really find these anymore on computers. But yeah, that's literally all I gotta say. So I'll come back when I'll come back with another update. Honestly, because yeah, I'll come back with another update. See ya. Alright guys, don't mind the mess. I just finished the computer. Now I'm gonna show you that it works, all that good stuff. Don't mind my feet. Yeah, this room is a disaster right now. I gotta clean it up. But it works. I got it to work. It's all 100%. Cleaned it, dusted it. Now I'm gonna show you that it works. So it's plugged in. All the cool lights go on and stuff. I wasn't able to plug in the DVD player, the CD drive. So it's just gonna sit there, but I'll eventually get a ribbon cable for that. But here you go. The fan does that. It goes like really, really slow for a while. It'll eventually like pick up speed. It's just a bit jammed, but you know, it's no big deal. Here it is. I gotta connect those lights. That's actually cool. Inside like that. That'd actually be a cool picture. Just like looking at that. That's actually kind of sick. That's the fan. Oh man. So you got the cool blue LEDs throughout the case. Don't mind the noise of that fan. I gotta fix it, but for now it's good. To be honest, I might actually buy another case like this, like an identical case, because I love it. They made Thermaltake back then for this case. They made a silver version, which is this version, this one I have right here, and they made a black version, which is sick. I actually like both colors. If I move the, yeah, I make there. Oh. Don't mind the noise. There's that good old fan. I'll show you the back. Here's the back of the case. Air. I feel the air coming out. I cleaned this whole fan. This fan here, this hole for the fan, it was all dusty. It was all like dust balls coming out of the holes. It was needed to clean desperately. The power supply is still a bit dusty. You can see a little bit, but it's not too crazy. It doesn't look like there's a fan in there, but it's actually a fan that's spinning really fast at the moment. It's a power plug. Got the ports here, usual ports. Got the graphics card. I moved the graphics card up here so I can get better access to it. The floor was like down here, so I'm open slot. But yeah, guys, it's all here. It works. I ended up washing this panel, this plastic panel, Fun fact, there were two versions of this case. One was like this one with the clear panel you can see inside. There's another one with just like a blank one, like you can't see it. It was a solid plastic piece, sort of like the one you see on the back here, but instead it was for here. It's kind of weird, but I prefer this version, much better. But yeah, guys, that's gonna end off the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. More videos will be coming soon, so I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.